Why is it personal?
Because I don't like him.
Why?
Because he a bitch.
Kid got no class, disrespectful, got no morals, and I'ma humble him.
It's not just a title fight. Shakur Stevenson and Joet Gonzalez despise each other. But as is often the case, where there's hate, love was the cause.
Boxing means, for my family, the future. Since I was 10 years old, everything I've done was for my family. I wanted to buy a house for my family, for my parents, and that's what I fight for.
While Joet, the oldest of 6, became the custodian of his father's dream, his sister Jahira was considered a prodigy, winning her first international title at 13. Hers was a talent that would be pushed to its limit.
Well, on Jahira, I put a sparring with boys. I told the boys to go on her hard.
How many rounds do you think you sparred with
Operations and the king of boxing Twitter, Carl Moretti, to get us started. Carl.
Thank you, Christina. Good afternoon to everyone. Due to the coronavirus pandemic and to ensure the health and safety of boxing fans and the fight participants, Top Rank announces today that the March 14th and March 17th events at the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden will proceed without spectators. The only individuals granted access to these events will be essential production and support staff, in addition to the fighters and their necessary team members and credentialed media. Both events will still be shown live on their respective ESPN platforms. As for future events, Top Rank is consulting with its venue partners and will make a determination in due course. Full refunds for tickets purchased for March 14th and 17th events will be available at point of purchase. Thank you for your consideration in the previous statement. Christina, why don't we talk boxing?
Let's talk some boxing. Yes, the fights are still taking place. The main event for Saturday night features WBO featherweight world champion Shakur Stevenson making his first title defense against 3-time world challenger Miguel Marriaga. And in our co-feature, you're going to see former junior featherweight world champion Jessie Magdaleno fight the unbeaten Sakaria Lukas in a 10-round featherweight contest. That telecast will begin at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN and ESPN Deportes. We do also have a full undercard for that fight. The undercard action will begin at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time, and that will be streaming live on ESPN+. The undercard features a plethora of local undercard talent, including Edgar Berlanga, who you'll hear from in a little bit up here on stage, and John Bauza as well. This is our double press conference because, as you know, we also have fights taking place from the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden on Tuesday, St. Patrick's Day. In fact, that marks the 4th time Irish featherweight Mick Conlan will fight on St. Patrick's Day, this time taking on hard-charging Colombian veteran Belmar Preciado in a 10-round main event. And in the co-main event on Tuesday to open the show on ESPN Plus at 8 p.m. Eastern Time will be a 10-round contest between undefeated fighter Michaela Mayer taking on former featherweight world champion Melissa Hernandez. So Tuesday's undercard is streaming live as well on ESPN Plus, just like the co-main and main event that's getting started. And that includes fighters such as Josue the Prodigy Vargas, Julian Hammerhand Rodriguez, Patty the Real Deal Donovan, and Christopher the Boy Zavala. So a lot of really good talent on the undercard, streaming live ESPN Plus on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So Carl, we have 2 stacked cards. We always come here St. Patrick's Day. We'll talk about that card first on ESPN Plus. I mentioned some of the undercard talent on that, and then obviously Mick Conlan for the 4th time. Really good card on a special Tuesday fight night.
Special is really special. I mean, you know, we've done, this will be the 4th show on St. Patty's Day, and usually what you see is a raucous crowd coming in from the St. Patrick's Day parade. So this one's going to be a little bit different. The only thing that isn't different is that these fights still count. These careers are still on the line. They'll be judged as usual by the New York State Athletic Commission officials. So they win and it counts, they lose and it counts, and it actually puts a different kind of pressure on a fighter now to fight without a home crowd advantage or something like that, which is real interesting to see how these guys perform under that.
Right, and on Saturday night, we talked about Shakur Stevenson, which was going to be somewhat like a homecoming for his first title defense. And although it's not going to be in front of a crowd, it's still a lot of pressure for a fighter coming back, fighting his backyard, defending his title against a guy in Miguel Marriaga, who's been on this stage 3 times already, fighting as a world champion contender.
No question. With Shakur, we know he's from across the river in Newark, 973, but the same circumstance exists. The only difference is, he's not going to have his raucous crowd for him as well. Marriaga, maybe it evens the playing field, that he doesn't have to go up against that. But I know the other day I sent some footage of Marriaga to Shakur, with a little quote like, "This kid isn't playing." He's known about the fight for 8.5 weeks. He signed the contract in 1 day. He's on weight now. This is his opportunity to do what he can. If he can beat a Shakur Stevenson, it sets up a lot of things. Personally, it's a huge task because, how do you beat Shakur? You can't beat him on the outside, and he just controls the ring like a guy that's had 35 fights. I hate making comparisons to fighters in the past or something like that, but I swear I think I'm watching Whitaker again, who fought, Roger Mayweather in his 13th fight. So, you look at Shakur and you see that talent, you see what's out there, but I don't know if Marriaga cares about it or not, and that's what makes it such an interesting fight.
We'll start with you, Mick, and we'll kind of touch back with you, Carl, as we move down the card. But your opponent, Belmar Preciado, we have Gardy, you're going to translate for him? Okay, let's start with Belmar. Can you see me here? You want to get an opportunity for you to fight your very first fight in the
Spanish.
Yeah, he's going to translate for me. Your first fight in the United States. Your thoughts on the opportunity to show your skills to a U.S. audience on ESPN?
Muy buenas tardes, primero que todo. Quiero decirles que estoy muy contento de estar acá. Es una satisfacción enorme. Nadie se imagina la emoción que siento y tengo ganas de demostrar por qué estoy acá, porque he trabajado, he luchado. Y por eso estoy acá, porque me lo merezco. No es suerte, no es coincidencia, sino es trabajo.
I'm very happy with this opportunity. I'm very excited. I'm here because it's not because of luck, it's because I have earned it, I have worked hard, and I'm here to show the fighter that I am.
Does he watch any tape, and what does he know about Mick Conlan? How does he kind of get the job done come Saturday night?
Sí, he visto algunos combates, inclusive vi el último combate, lo vi en directo, en vivo.
This is some really crazy, unprecedented shit right here, yo.
Y es un boxeador que tiene mucha habilidad, muchas condiciones.
No crowds?
Tiene un gran registro como aficionado y bueno, es un boxeador respetable como todos y vamos allá a enfrentarlo.
And I almost went to this card.
Actually, I saw his last fight, I saw it live without knowing that I was going to get the opportunity. But, here we are, and I know that he has a lot of skills. He has a great amateur record. He has great conditioning. But I'm here to fight him and show who I am.
Muchas gracias. Mick, here we are again on what's going to be the 3rd anniversary of you turning pro, and it's kind of like, obviously we talked about Madison Square Garden becoming a second home for you, but what does it mean for you to be fighting now for the 4th time on St. Patrick's Day? Obviously a little bit different.
I wonder if ratings are going to be up just because.
It still means
like people going to be looking in like intrigue.
It's great being here again in the Garden, who support me so well. So I'm always thankful and always grateful for that. But this one's going to be a bit different. It doesn't really matter about the crowd. It is going to be different in terms of the atmosphere. But I've been training, I've done the work.
They were really relying on those St. Patty Day ticket sales.
Who's there, who's not there. I just got to go and do the business. I'm a fighter, I fight.
You said you've done training. Do I see a little shiner underneath you?
No, it probably just looks like a
Oh, there you go. Okay, I was going to say, you've been sparring a little bit close to the fight here.
Yeah, I think viewership numbers are going to be up all over the board.
A really tough opponent. If you beat him
out of
Tuesday,
curiosity.
obviously talks with this fight being.
I wonder if they're gonna alter the camera angles and shit.
Contender in the WBO for a world title. Do you feel like that's something, if you're victorious on Tuesday, that you're ready for even in your next fight, or is that something just a goal of 2020?
Listen, it doesn't matter what happens next. What happens on Tuesday night is the most important thing, and I can't overlook that. So, come fight night, once I win, I'll start to think about what's next. But yeah, listen, if I'm number one, the mandatory, whatever you want to call it, eliminator, I believe this year I'll be world champion.
So the fact that it's like a title eliminator, that means nothing.
ESPN, what the fuck are they going to talk about, bro?
Is having to adapt to the new scene.
What are these sports shows going to talk about?
And focusing on what has to be a dominant performance, and I believe I will do that.
Carl, for you, when you see the bout.
Oh, you can kiss Wilder Fury for July goodbye, or Fury Wilder 3. Kiss that shit goodbye.
The number one contender at featherweight. The champion is right.
Thank you, Al Heyman.
Shakur Stevenson. What exactly does that mean as far as the trajectory of what a win could do for either of these guys on Tuesday night?
Well, has been discussed in the past. Shakur wants to fight other champions and make unification fights. Should everything come out all right on Saturday night, we'll make another attempt at make the Josh Warrington fight to unify the title.
Okay.
After that, I don't know how long Shakur is going to stay at 126.
Don't fight my question. I'm not saying yet. No, that's a valid point, though.
If there's challenges for him at 126, then it makes sense business-wise.
I'm going to barricade myself in the house and smoke pot.
He might do another one, but you're looking at a kid potentially who's going to be a champion. He's already a champion at 126. He's going to go to 130. He'd love to fight any of the 30-pounders. In 2 years, he'll probably be at 35. You're going to see trajectory like Whitaker and others where this guy's just going to move up because of the size of him, and he's starting at 26.
And then that could mean then possibly a vacant opportunity for Conlan to fight for a vacant title if
it could, absolutely.
Okay. All right, Mick. Well, first things first. Tuesday, anything you'd like to say to everybody that's watching? I know there's probably.
I think I may have a teaspoon of the corona. I got sick as shit yesterday. I'm literally under the weather and weak as fuck right now. No bullshit.
I'm devastated that the people who are coming over, there's thousands coming over, so they've had to cancel flights.
Well, we're gonna talk after the press conference, so shut the fuck up. Y'all rude, man. That's how y'all treat me. I ain't been here in a week. Shut up. That's Mick Conlan speaking.
I still got to fight. I still got to do my job, so I will do that Tuesday night.
Thank you, Mick.
All y'all do is talk shit.
Brooklyn knockout artist Edgar Berlanga will be fighting Saturday night as the main event of the undercard portion on ESPN Plus, probably around 9 o'clock before the telecast gets started at 10:30 Eastern. And Edgar, kind of same for you. I know that you were looking forward to having the crowd behind you come Saturday night, but it's business as usual. You have an opportunity on a big platform on ESPN Plus, kind of headlining the undercard to show your skills. Edgar's 13-0, and he has 13 knockouts. All 13 of his knockouts have been in the first round. So I'm just kind of talk about your thoughts on the opportunity come Saturday night.
It's a huge opportunity once again, to be fighting once again in
I like this kid.
my hometown, New York, and it's sad.
I got some strats for y'all too. I went to the hood store to get all my cleaning supplies.
Gotta handle my business and get the win.
All the disinfectant wipes are not sold out there.
For another first round knockout, but I don't really think that's what you're aiming for. You and I have talked about this even the last couple fights. You want to get the rounds in.
Yeah, of course. You know what I mean? Like, I'm getting the rounds in the gym, and I'm sparring elite fighters. So, I'm not really worried about it. My main concern is that, when I get to that level and...
I'm scared, man. I don't want to get corona. I fucking had some shit 2 years ago. Damn near killed me. Did kill me for a little while.
If we have to.
Yeah, this fight scheduled for 8. Your last few have, although
I was dead for like 3 weeks.
Something else I feel like is a big point of emphasis for you is just while Puerto Rico's kind of looking for who that next star is going to be, who's the one that's going to kind of carry that torch, you carry that great responsibility too, right? You feel like you want to be the one. Not that there only can be one, don't get me wrong, but you take that pride of Puerto Rico with you each and every time, as well as New York.
No, of course. I'm always representing Puerto Rico, and there's a lot of young up-and-coming Puerto Ricans as well, so listen, I'm just doing my job, I'm getting the win, and just continue to put Puerto Rico on the map. There's no competition here.
All right, tune in to see Edgar. Main event of the ESPN Plus undercard taking place Saturday night. As we now turn towards our co-main event for Saturday night's fight, it is a WBC title eliminator fight. taking place between Sakaria Lukas and Jessie Magdaleno. We'll start with you, Sakaria, 23-0 with 16 knockouts. You call yourself the Desert Storm.
So wait, is this for the next mandatory for Gary Russell or some shit?
Saturday night, but this is a big opportunity.
What WBC Eliminator is this? We're going to talk about the whole card after they're done. Let me shut up.
Africa. What does that mean for you to get this opportunity?
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank Top Rank and ESPN for opportunity. My team, my promoter, Cobra Boxing.
Shut up, you fake ass doctor.
And I'm very excited for this opportunity. It's everybody's dream to come and fight in America. So, and here we are. I'm ready to go.
As I mentioned, you're undefeated, and he is I read that you're cousins with former world champions Paulus Moses and Julius Indongo. Are those your cousins? Like how we call it, like blood cousins, play cousins? Like that's your family. You spar with them in the gym. Do you guys gonna grow up, sparring in the living room? And
yeah, they're my family, and actually Moses is not my cousin. I'm his uncle.
You're his uncle.
Although I'm younger than him.
Oh, that's okay.
His mom is my sister.
Oh, cool.
And Indongo is my cousin from my mom's side. So
the bloodline is strong.
Fighting is in the blood.
Absolutely. That's kind of what I was getting to, right? And now with this fight being a title eliminator fight, and you're fighting Jessie Magdaleno, who is a former world champion. What do you know about Jessie, and how do you plan on beating him on Saturday night?
We're gonna break him down. And I know him as a former world champion, but I know he beat Nonito in a cross. He beat another guy from Brazil, and I think that guy was washed out already. And when he was in his first mandatory defense by an African guy, he went down. He went down again, and he never came back.
Oh, he talking shit about. Oh, he talking shit. He talking about when Dog Bay beat him up.
All right. Well, Jessie.
Oh, I'm hyped. They gonna be getting it down in front of that empty arena.
You're 27 and won 18 KOs. Been a world champion. Been on the stage before. I mentioned his first fight, but he seems very confident in saying that you've lost to one African fighter, and he put you down, and you're gonna go down again. What are your thoughts on what he had to say?
No, it's fine. He has to come. He has to keep himself motivated. He's an older guy. He has to get all the motivation he needs. He knows that I'm a ready fighter. I've been a world champion before, and God knows that I'll be a two-time world champion very soon.
When you're fighting a guy in Sakaria, where there's not a lot of tape out there, I've looked. I mean, there's one or two fights on YouTube. So how do you kind of do you not?
We gonna find the tape. I'm gonna find some tape right now.
No, we prepare on everything. We work on ourselves. We work on our opponent. I seen clips of him. I see how he fights, and me and Jorge have a game plan, and we're ready to showcase it Saturday night.
What would it mean to you with the win in this fight, putting yourself in the position to challenge for another, obviously Gary Russell being the WBC champ, but getting yourself in a position, a mandatory position here?
Oh, it's, like I said, it's been a God's plan. I came back off of a loss, came back off of 2 great wins, and here I am in 2020, already a mandatory challenger for the world title. So it says a lot what my skill sets are, what my mindset is, and we're just ready to show it out on Saturday.
Thanks, Jessie. And Carl, for that being said, I mean, that's kind of a tough position that he's in there with Gary Russell fighting one time a year.
Well, I get it, but he brought up Julius Indongo, and then I'm looking at Crawford back there, because we had a good time with him in Omaha, or Lincoln.
Yeah.
So I'm just...
Stop playing with me, bro.
Yeah, right. I know. But you're right, Jessie is a much better fighter at 126 because of the, having to move up in weight.
Right.
And I just think you're going to see a lot of movement in that division all over the place.
Right.
But you know what? It all starts Saturday night. You got to win, and that's really what it's about.
You know what else is oh, God.
He's going to get from a real man. Damn woman beaters. We're going to beat that woman beater down.
Miguel, but is fourth time?
Wow. Thanks. You know what's freaking me out? The ESPN notifications, man. They're coming out of everywhere. They fucking my phone up. Oh, I found the tape. This is the tape of the dude right here. Y'all like this tape?
Muy buenas tardes para todos. Primero, pues, darle las gracias a Dios por permitirnos estar todos acá en este momento.
Good afternoon to everyone. Thanks to God for letting us be here today.
Una cuarta oportunidad, como todas. No es un secreto lo que venimos a hacer. Venimos a hacer un trabajo y pues venimos a darla toda como siempre, como en todas las peleas, y creo que esta cuarta oportunidad va a ser la vencida.
This is a great opportunity, a big opportunity. It's not secret what I'm coming to do, but I really believe that this fourth opportunity will be what I get in my championship.
In a time in boxing where a lot of people aren't really willing to test themselves, why do you say yes time after time, to these tough fights? What does that say about your character?
En una época donde los mejores no enfrentan a los mejores y tú constantemente quieres enfrentar a los mejores y siempre estás en peleas duras, ¿qué dice eso de ti como peleador?
Bueno, eso es un factor muy importante, ¿no? De que nos tengan en los mejores. Por eso peleamos con los mejores. Creo que en esta oportunidad venimos más positivos. Creo que va a ser una buena pelea. Pero la verdad que vengo con
To be fair, there is some people I can't stand, and I hope they get the coronavirus. So, to the people I can't stand, and you sicken me, I hope you get the coronavirus. But I do hope you get better, but I hope you get the coronavirus and then be shitting all day.
You said to get your title. How do you get your title? 13 fighters have tried against Shakur as a professional. None have succeeded. How do you become the first one to beat him?
13 peleadores han enfrentado a Shakur Stevenson y no lo han logrado. ¿Cómo lo vas a hacer tú? ¿Cómo vas a obtener tu título y derrotarlo?
Bueno, lo más importante es que
I don't take no fucking needles. They better get out of here with that crap.
En el ring se facilitan las cosas. Creo que si no es por una es por otra, pero hay que buscar el título, que es lo más importante.
The most important thing is that I'm prepared. I'm prepared for whatever he brings to the table. If it's not gonna be by one option, I'm gonna try the second option. And
I know every time I had the flu, I was shitting all day. So I can imagine, man. Well, I don't want to imagine.
This is your first time up here on the stage as a world champion.
Horrible feeling.
Defending your title for the first time. I know not exactly the circumstances that you would have wished, considering the fan support and stuff that you were expecting to have, yet still business goes on and you still have a job to do on Saturday night. Just your thoughts about kind of the situation at hand come your main event on Saturday night.
I mean, I look at it like I spar in the gym, and I spar in the gym, be like a lot of people in the gym, so I feel like it's gonna be like a little sparring match, and Marriaga is tough. Like, he's gonna bring the fight, and it's gonna be a good fight.
Sparring just because not people watching are sparring with the quality of work that you're gonna.
Nah, I think he a hell of a fighter.
Okay.
I think that.
I just want to make that clear.
Nah, I think he a good fighter. I think that just because like the people not gonna be there, so I think it's gonna be.
No, I'm grass fed. To be honest with you, I don't take no pills, no nothing. I've been healthy as fuck up until like a day ago. I used to be heavy on the PEDs, like all kind of shit.
To get to a world title, but now you're the one with the target on your back.
My piss was red hot.
Does that motivate you even more now that you're a world champion, or does it kind of just stay the same?
I mean, yeah, it definitely do that I'm a world champion, because it's like he want my belt from me, so it's not like me going to chase somebody else for their belt. He done fought in 3 tough fights with 3.
He's been in more title fights than you have.
Yeah, he lost to Nicholas Walters, gave him hell. Lost to Valdez, gave him hell. Lomachenko couldn't really do it, whatever he wanted to him. I think I'm gonna beat him.
Well, is pot
to beat him up
in CBD a performance enhancing drug?
To your style.
I don't think
Most
so.
people don't go in there. Shakur's in there beating guys up. But we talked about this at the Wilder Fury fight. A new Shakur Stevenson in 2020, is that right?
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like I want to be a lot more offensive. I want to go out there and get these guys out of there. And especially with nobody being there, I ain't getting paid for overtime, so.
Carl, what do you think about that? I mean, you talk about...
Yeah, TstreeT is grass-fed, baby. You see how fat I got? I'm damn near 300 pounds.
And then you hear him say, I want to be more offensive. I want to get after guys, knock guys out.
Well, one, he's correct. He's not getting paid for overtime. Two,
none of us are, okay?
you know, when we saw the Joette Gonzalez fight, I was sitting with Brad Goodman, and after the first round, we looked at each other and we said, it's over. It's over after the first round. That's not going to be the case with Marriaga, because Marriaga is just at a different level. So really, it's to see where Shakur has gotten better and everything like that. And based on what we hear and based on what we feel, we think we're going to get even, every time Shakur fights, he's going to be better and better. And to beat Marriaga, he's going to have to be. He knows that. So I think that's part of his motivation, you know, crowd withstanding or not.
Shakur, Carl talked about this fight at 126 possibly being your last. We've talked about it. People that follow you on social media, on Twitter, know that
you know who need to be careful? Luis Ortiz. The coronavirus go after the elderly.
Warrington fight together. If that fight proposes itself, is that worth you staying at 126 for another fight, or is it after this? I know it's asking the day before the weigh-in is not the most ideal time, but is that kind of the plan for you to, no matter what, go up to 130 after this? Where are you at on that?
I mean, only thing that'll keep me at 126 if they got the money right. But if the money not right, then I'm going right to 130.
Vacate the title up to 130.
For sure. But Saturday night, I got a hard test in front of me. It's not like I got
100%.
an easy fight in front of me, so I ain't even looking right there right now. I'm looking at Marriaga.
All right, it's going down Saturday night on ESPN. As I mentioned, the undercard will start on Saturday night. Streaming on ESPN Plus at 7:15, and then the co-main and main event will get started on ESPN at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time as scheduled. And then Tuesday's fights, the undercard will begin on ESPN Plus at 5 p.m. and the main card on Tuesday will get started co-main and main event at 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
Leeds would travel for Josh Warrington, yo. But I think that it would happen overseas, in my opinion.
Tuesday night's events are closed to the public. Only team members and select family members that already have wristbands.
Warrington is loved.
But you will be able to stay home or wherever you are, watch on your device, ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Plus. And keep up with what's going on with future events on Top Rank Boxing, social media, and various social media outlets for our events going forward. Anything else that you'd like to say, Carl?
No, enjoy the fights. I'd like to say tickets are still available, but
I'm
they're
used
really
to
not.
it. There's a big X across that part on my notes up here. So
I mean, leave it to us to put 5 ticket sellers on the undercard, do a huge consignment, and now we can't, you know, take the benefit of it. But, you know, like I said, the most important
He pissed.
fighters, they got to weigh in, and everything's on a go for that.
all right, so you will not miss all the action. ESPN Plus for the undercards and ESPN Saturday night, ESPN Plus on Tuesday. We're gonna, if you can all kind of stay seated, we're gonna still get some pictures here of the fighters for Carl Moretti and all the fighters on the dais. I'm Christina Poncher. We'll see you tomorrow streaming live for the weigh-ins. Thank you.
I don't like sometimes that these streams cut off before the face-offs. There they go. They did it. 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 As soon as I said it, they did it. Bastards. Anyway, if you don't got the plus, you're skunk. Like, who does that? Who cuts off the face-offs? Anyway, how have you guys been? I'm down, you know, I'm having a little head cold. And you know I'm paranoid. I think I got the corona. I'm not even gonna lie, man. I'm scared as shit. So I've been thinking, like, what the fuck am I gonna do, like, if they cancel boxing events? You think they're gonna go through and do what they're doing now? Like so for those who don't know, there's not going to be any fans in attendance. Only the trainers, media, yada, yada, yada. So I was going to go to this fight, but I was thinking back then, like, I don't really want to deal with that New York shit. And also, that area down there near the Madison Square Garden is nasty. You know, if anything was to break out, it'd be right there. Let me tell you, I got trapped in New York one night, and I hung out with the hobos. For those, y'all remember that shit? I hung out on the steps with the hobos, and like, it was like fucking, it was like 6'5" trannies, fucking vampires, big naked women, like, ugh. You know, so that whole like Penn Station, all that shit, like that shit, that's a nasty area. You know, so I don't fuck after, you know, like in New York, I'm going to say after like 2 a.m., the freaks come out. Like the freaks. So, anyway. Yeah, man, I'm scared as shit. I ain't been sick in like 2 years. And then the last time I got sick, I was in a coma for 3 weeks. So, you know, right now, and I got this cough. My ears are popping. You know, I'm scared to death. So I went out. Let me tell y'all the strat. And it's for the white people, too, if y'all scared. Listen, you want to get, like, cleaning supplies and, like, in stock, you got to drive to the hood stores. You know them little hood discount stores and shit that be upcharging shit like 25 cents, 50 cents? So I got all these motherfucking Clorox disinfectant wipes. Like, all kind of, like, hand sanitizer. They had all that shit. Even though it's 50 cents more, still. Like, you go to Walmart, you go to Target, that shit be gone, man. That shit be gone. You know? That shit be gone. Yeah, that coronavirus ain't shit. I had that shit. I been had that coronavirus shit. I had that shit 2 years ago. This little bitch ass shit, y'all bitching. I was dead for 3 weeks. I was fucked up. It's not funny because I still be having nightmares, but I was fucked up. For like, y'all want to see? I'm going to show y'all some shit. I was fucked up, bros, for like a good 3 weeks just laying there. People like, yo, he gonna die. Is he coming back? Meanwhile, I'm fucking fighting off assassins and shit in the coma world. It was some dark ass times, my dudes. It was some dark ass times. Like, I'm gonna show y'all some shit. I was fucked up. Like, fucked up. And I thought, let me tell you, when you're in a coma, you think that you're alive and you be doing regular shit, but no, you in some other place and you kind of know you somewhere else because shit be like weird. You be like, yo, what the fuck? How come I can't read this shit? Like, what is going on? How come I keep transferring from place to place? But yeah, man, it was bad business. So I'm all down with that. You know, like, you know what really freaked me out was when the NBA got, like, you know, canceled. Like, that's a multi-billion-dollar. So to me, that means they know something we don't. Like, what the fuck? You know? Like, how does the NBA get canceled? That shit may put some fear in me. I'm like, damn, this shit is kind of serious, huh? This shit is kind of serious. Yeah, look, let me show y'all. All right, not for the faint at heart, but I was done. Did it pop up? But we made it through that shit, man. We made it through that shit. Yeah, I was fucked up. So what happened was, I got the flu. And the flu had turned into pneumonia. And then, you know, I just motherfucking passed out. Spent 3 weeks with all this shit going on. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I had, was on life support. Had to get like, blood pumped out of my. It's crazy. It's crazy. Look at that shit. So I still got all them scars. So yeah, man, the fucking corona shit. Y'all be careful. Make sure y'all wash your hands. You know, I don't like going out there, you know, dealing with that. By the way, this is our guy, Sakaria Lukas, who was fighting on the card this Saturday. So let's just get to business, because, you know, because that was a little morbid, all right? A little dark. So let's get to business. So this Saturday on regular ESPN, I expect this to be some big ratings off of, I guess people are going to be like in curiosity. They're going to be fighting in an empty arena. You know, it's just going to be the fighters, media, and just like personnel. So I don't even think the people, the families can attend. That's crazy. So it's going to be headlined by Shakur Stevenson versus Miguel Marriaga. For the WBO, here, let me pull up my rankings. By the way, I finally updated my rankings. So my shit's legit again. All color-coded. Link right down below in the description box. We good now. It took me, that's me. I got to type all these names in. I got to make sure they all spelt right. All this shit. I got maybe a couple typos I'm going to take care of over the next couple of days. So which division are we going to? Right. All right. So, this card on Saturday, the significance of these fights, get out of here. Let's get you There we go. Let's switch this up. So the significance of these are, this is a title fight for the WBO title of 126 pounds. The winner of this is supposed to or should go on to fight IBF 126-pound champion Josh Warrington sometime in the summer, likely in the UK. But see, we talking about all this shit. Just factor in that all these fights could be canceled. All right? So we're just talking about it as if there's no coronavirus going on and getting all the old people sick. Getting me sick. So, anyway. Moving on. Where we at? Miguel Marriaga, 13-0, 70 KOs. That's Stevenson right there. I'm glad BoxRec finally did him some justice. They used to have his mug shot as his picture. That was some savage shit right there. 29-3 with 25 KOs, always dangerous. In my opinion, he's more dangerous than Christopher Diaz, who Shakur Stevenson beat for the title. You may know him, obviously, from fighting Lomachenko. In fact, you know, let's go get you some clips of that right now, since we're here. That's what we got the tape for. Let's go look at a little bit of highlights of my man. Let's see. Loma versus... And I don't even remember that fight. Even though I got a video, y'all know I covered it, but I don't even remember that fight. Let's go watch some tape. Let's see, do we got some highlights? They just have the full fight, so let's go to the end of the fight.
And now the...
All right, let's go head over. Watch some tape. So he's fighting Shakur Stevenson this weekend. And Loma, he fought Loma at 130, so he's back down. Let's see here. So let's go to the end. See if we get some highlights. Fuck it, let's just go watch some tape, all right?
Corner would say, but this is tougher against Lomachenko because of his skill set. They said, you've got to roll with his punches and then counter with the right. The right is going to be the key to beat this southpaw.
Marriaga was on the floor in his last fight. That might not be too far.
I know he's been on a bit of a streak. Marriaga, I mean.
Here's what happened. Well, first of all, he steps on his
But
Let's get it better
now that I remember, he also lost to Oscar Valdez. Now that I remember looking back on it,
He's still in the line of the punch. The left hand lands. Not a devastating punch.
I don't know if this dude is. You think? I think. Okay, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Fuck it. Let's not sugarcoat it. I think dude gonna get his ears boxed off. What y'all think? I don't think there's no more to see here. Y'all think there's any more to see here? I don't think there's no more to see here. I think he's solid. Do I think he got a shot? You know how a saying goes. You know, he's got a puncher's chance. But it's not, this is not one of them fights where I'm like, oh, yo, watch out. Marriaga, yo, he really, yo. This one, even though he lost to such and such, watch out. I don't see that. Tune up, I got, you know. Tune up. I don't know, that's a little disrespectful. You know, I mean, Stevenson said himself, like, it's a spar. I don't get no vibe from this fight where I'm like, yo, he gonna motherfucking go out there and, like, he different now. I don't get that vibe. You know how with certain fighters, like, you know, like, you get that feeling? I don't get it. And the thing is, I've been watching him on these top-ranked ESPN Plus undercards. But the thing is, even though I don't cover fighters, so let me tell you what I'm doing. Like, when this guy, for example, let's go look at his resume again. When these fighters are fighting, y'all should know me by now. Even if I'm not watching the card, it's always on in the background. And usually I like to pick up, unless it's like somebody special on like the undercard, you know, like the prelims or whatever you want to call them. Usually I start my coverage with the very first main televised fight. Except this weekend with Frank Sanchez, that motherfucker. You know, I think he old too. Talking about some, he 27. Frank Sanchez, who he fight on the Kwinonski card? I didn't forgot that quick. Oh, Dueco. So, except, you know, with that, I fell asleep. Normally, I like to start my coverage with the very beginning of the card, but when these fights with guys like Miguel Marriaga are going on, I am watching. So, I know, let me see, this fight, and these were some pretty brutal knockouts, I remember. But what cards were these? Burchuk versus Francisco Vargas, Navarrete versus Dog Bay 1. Yep, I covered this. Dog Bay 2. He also had co-featured Miguel Marriaga versus Miguel Roman. Yeah, I've been watching him, but like I said, I don't really see nothing. You know, I don't really see nothing. Anyway. Jessie Magdaleno. Well, let's wrap up here first. Leo Santa Cruz, I don't consider him a champion at 126. You might as well say he's just holding on to this belt because he's at 130 and may be fighting Tank Davis at a catch weight at 135. Maybe. By the way, they've been trying to announce that fight or get that fight rolling. For one, there's the coronavirus shit. There's that shit right there. Number two is, how is the media going to accept Tank Davis, like with, you know, him choking up his girl, like, or his baby mama gripping her up and dragging her out, like that Me Too movement shit. The motherfuckers, like, they pop up out of nowhere, and they get you. When they get you good. Anyway, you have Gary Russell. I was at his last fight against Tug Stute Nyembayar. You know what? I've been listening to a lot of Mongolian throat singing and shit. That shit's kind of lit. You ever hear it to it? They were like, no. You ever hear that shit before? All right, well, whatever. Anyway, let's just act like that didn't happen. So, the co-feature of this Saturday's fight, it's going to be Jessie Magdaleno. You remember he had beat up, I can't really say he beat Donaire up. But yeah, he did win that fight when Donaire had went from 126 back down to 122, and he still was looking like shit. But now Donaire's competing at 118 pounds, and his career, even at his seasoned age, is revived. So he goes on to fight Isaac Dogboe. By the way, we haven't seen Isaac Dogboe since. I don't know what's going on with him. Navarrete got his soul. This fucking throat singing is Mongolian throat singing. Don't make me pull up the tape. Act like I don't know what I'm talking about. So outside of losing to Dogboe, you know. So this is a WBC eliminator with this guy, Sakaria Lukas. And he was talking big money shit too. So here, let me go back, in fact, to show you. He was really talking some shit.
For you, but
hey, where we at?
What does it mean for you?
I want to listen to this shit again. Hold up. Let me pull it up.
To be fighting now for the fourth time.
Consulting with its venue partners and
I'm going to let this play through. This is when they announced that the pay-per-view, the card is not going to have any fans. Let's see. Let's get, where you at?
As for future...
To the news at hand, I'm going to hand it over now to Top Rank Vice President of Operations and the King of Boxing Twitter, Carl Moretti, to get us started. Carl.
Thank you, Christina. Good afternoon to everyone. Due to the coronavirus pandemic and to ensure the health and safety of boxing fans and the fight participants, Top Rank announces today that the March 14th and March 17th events at the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden will proceed without spectators. The only individuals granted access to these events will be essential production and support staff, in addition to the fighters and their necessary team members and credentialed media. Both events will still be shown live on their respective ESPN platforms. As for future events, Top Rank is consulting with its venue partners and will make a determination in due course. Full refunds for tickets purchased for March 14th and 17th events will be available at point of purchase. Thank you for your consideration.
It's called Moretti. He looks pretty upset too. So, you know, even though, you know, they don't sell as many tickets that they used to back in the day in just boxing events in general, still, that's like revenue for a big ticket selling weekend. You know, oh, by the way, here's the fucking song right here. This is Mongolian. So I started listening to this shit, getting into my Gary Russell versus Tug Stute Nyembayar vibe. So I was listening to this on my way to China, Allentown. Like, listen. Somebody put in the comments, don't he look like a giant on the mountains? Like he just sitting on these mountains, just vibing that shit? I'm telling you, one night when you out with your girl, play this shit on the ride home after she got a little buzz. I'm telling you, shit gonna be lit. All right. We got to get back to work. And yes, if Tux Tootin' and Bar would have won, yes, I would have been playing this one. And there's this one too. Hold on, I got another one. Where's it at? This one. This shit right here lit. I'm telling you, this shit right here lit. Y'all peep Canelo? Look at Canelo. I crack myself up. You know how the saying goes? Some people say, I'm not here to entertain you, but here to entertain myself. I feel like that sometimes. So, yeah, we already talked about that card. It's not really nothing on there that I'm really too hype about. I'm interested in seeing what this dude has to offer right here. Maybe he gonna be the next Isaac Dogboe. Maybe he gonna be the next Isaac Dogboe. So, you know, here he is right here. The guy, they're fighting the WBC Eliminator. Him and Jessie Magdaleno are fighting in the WBC Eliminator. Not a final Eliminator, but it could be. You never know with these Eliminators. I'm guessing it's to be the mandatory? I'm guessing. I mean, is my WBC rankings wrong? This guy's not even ranked. Let me go see, man. Oh, they did just update the rankings, didn't they? Damn it. Let me see those rankings. Let me see that. Let me see that. Where you at, rankings? Y'all been fucked up a little lately. Where you at? WBC. Come on, load the October 2018. Oh, shit. Well, anyway, I don't see this guy ranked. Was he ranked at a lower division or a higher one? Okay, here he is, right here for the IBF. I just did these rankings a couple of days ago. Well, all right, let's go watch some tape. So he's fighting Jessie Magdaleno. This was his last fight. This was his last fight, and now he's big time. So he was talking shit at the press conference today. Let's watch some tape. So I'm guessing, which one is he though? Wait, which one is he? Wait, which one is he? Let's see. Let's take a good look at this brother. Which one is he? He from where in Dangu from? So I'm guessing, is this him or is this him? Damn, you gotta figure it out. All right, you know, this is the ugly part of the job. Now, sometimes we can't watch all shit that's going to be entertaining. Sometimes we got to go back and watch the tape. All right? Sometimes we got to go watch the tape. You know, so when you have educated boxing conversations with your friends and your family, your children, you say, yeah, I saw that. Look, Sakaria Lukas. I watched the tape. See what I'm saying? We got to watch the tape. All right, let's watch. Shut up. I think he's in the gold. I think this is the guy in the gold. So let's see if he can beat Gary Russell. Oh shit, that's it. Gary Russell is finished. That's it. That's it. Y'all heard it here first.
You guys gonna like it.
That man
He's
is
gonna
gonna
get from a real man. Damn woman beaters. We're gonna beat that woman beater down.
Thank you. So that's it. Yo, you ain't hear from me, but that guy's gonna beat Gary Russell. Don't tell nobody I told y'all that shit though. Don't tell. So here is him just about a half an hour ago at the press conference. So he was talking big money shit.
Big opportunity for you. Your first fight in the United States. Your first fight outside of Africa. What does that mean for you to get this opportunity?
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thanks.
So this is his first like big like, and then remember, he's going from, well, actually it's kind of the same because he's still gonna be fighting in. It was more people here than it's gonna be at his fight. So I was gonna say he is going to a bigger stage, but it's still gonna be empty. I mean, it's fucked up, but you know he's going to a bigger stage. So he's gonna start talking like gangster shit, and I like it. Straight from Africa too.
I would like to thank Dr. and ESPN for opportunity. My team, my promoter, Global Boxing, and I'm very excited for this opportunity. It's everybody's dream to come and fight in America. So, and here we are. I'm ready to go.
As I mentioned, you're undefeated, and he is I read that you're cousins with former world champions Paulus Moses and Julius Indongo. Are those your cousins? Like how we call it, like blood cousins, play cousins? Like that's your family. You spar with them in the gym. Do you guys gonna grow up, you know, sparring
Yes.
in the living room? And
Yeah, they're my family. And actually, Moses is not my cousin. I'm his uncle.
You're his uncle.
Although I'm younger than him.
Oh, that's okay.
His mom is my sister.
He fought.
And Ndongo.
Paulus Moses fought who? What's that guy's name?
Mom's side,
Beltran.
so
the bloodline is strong.
fighting is in the blood.
Absolutely. That's kind of what I was getting to, right? And now with this fight being a title eliminator fight, and you're fighting Jessie Magdaleno, who is a former world champion. What do you know about Jessie? And
Indongo and Paulo Moses.
We're gonna break him down. And I know him as a former world champion, but I know he beat Nonito in a cross. He beat another guy from Brazil, and I think that guy was washed out already. And when he was in his first mandatory defense by an African guy, he went down. He went down again, and he never came back.
Oh.
Saturday night, it's obvious he's gonna go down again, and he will never come back when he's face an African.
All right.
Oh
Jessie,
shit.
Could you hear what he was saying?
He talking about when Ndongo had beat him up. Then Ndongo went on to get beat up by Emmanuel Navarrete. Ooh, that was hardcore. Ooh. Well, all right, guys, I'm getting up out of here. I gotta go fucking take some more meds. I have been laboring through this stream. Exhausted. I want to do another one, though. I gotta get some videos out. In fact, we got to talk about Jeff Horn versus Tim Tszyu. But my colleague who's going to be calling later on, and that shit probably going to get canceled. You know, you can tell Top Rank is pissed. Like, I want to see, are they going to change the camera angles? Or, you know, because we're going to still be able to see, like, them empty-ass seats in the crowd. I want to see how it's going to look. And also, think about the TV content here in the States. What is ESPN and all of them going to talk about? Like, what are they going to talk about over, like, the next few weeks while all this shit is going on? They're going to have to get creative. However, for boxing, for ESPN, this could be a really... They can benefit from this, from ratings. You know, a lot of people are going to be in the house. There's no basketball. They won't be compete with March Madness and all that shit. But, you know... I'm not even sure if the people family members could be there. So far, UFC events haven't been canceled yet. right? UFC ain't been canceled. And the crazy thing is, they might get canceled because UFC is supposed to have that big event next month with Khabib and Ferguson. So you can fucking rest assured that Wilder versus Fury 3 or Fury versus Wilder 3, that shit look like that shit gonna be like November or something. And I was thinking about going to the fight in DC, the Hooker Prograis fight, or the Prograis Hooker fight, but I don't really want to go down there and be dealing with that shit. Even though it's the nation's capital, people like it's gonna be safe and all that shit. I don't want to be traveling around people, man. But yeah, all of a sudden I got a cold like yesterday or 2 days ago. Like my shit, all this shit right here is throbbing. So that shit whack. Talk about fucking paranoia. Fucking with you, man. Got sick at the wrong time. And it's crazy because you can't cough nowhere because people look like, you know? You gotta just hold that shit like, you know? Try to keep you cool. Why would the zone have reduced rates? Reduced rates for what? Remember Canelo versus Saunders? That shit's supposed to be May 2nd. You know, are Saunders fans going to be traveling? By the way, ticket prices are cheap as shit. You know, so if you got real big balls, you know, you can get you some cheap ass tickets and be like, you know, fuck the fucking flu. Oh, I mean, fuck that shit. Get your tickets now. Can you buy your tickets to Italy for Christmas now? You know, I don't know. I guess the reason why people not traveling is because they don't want to go somewhere and then you get fucking trapped. They say, no, you can't fly back even if you're not sick. Yeah, man, that shit crazy. We don't know what's going on, man. So I'm already thinking about like, oh shit, if boxing get canceled. See, here's the thing. For fights like this, they can get away with not having fans. For fights like this. But for fights where they're making 5, 10 plus million off of tickets, they gonna cancel that shit. They're not gonna have them fight in front of no empty arena. No way. No way. Before a fight like this, where it's like, it's the Hulu Theater. I forgot how many people a seat. Not that many. You know, the most expensive ticket in the house is probably like $400, $500. But rest assured, you know, fights like Tank Davis next fight, Pacquiao next fight, fucking, it's crazy. Like they canceled, they suspended the whole season of the NBA. Like what the fuck? No playoffs, no nothing. Like, are they going to give out awards? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? They're closing schools all around me. It's crazy as shit. UFC is next. They're going to cancel their shit. They got... This is in the same... This card right here is in the same arena. Eyes were looking at Top Rank. Like, yo, y'all still going to have this card after the NBA just canceled? The NBA was really... What was really... Like, that shit right there was the tipping point. Now everybody canceling their shit. Yeah, the Pope got to touch all them people hands and shit. They be trying to kiss it and lick it. Ugh. I don't want to see... I don't want to be around nobody. And this is, you know, I am glad, you know, it's a blessing that I have like a job where I can work from home and I can literally like not leave the house for a week, 2 weeks and be cool. And like all my shit's still operational. So I'm blessed with that. You know? Now all of a sudden everybody would have want to be washing their hands. You should have been washing your hands. I hate, no homo. I hate when I go into like a restroom and it's like, I see motherfuckers pissing. Not that I'm watching, I'm just saying, it's like, yo, you just pissed. I just see you walk right out. You're not gonna wash your fucking hands? Nasty asses, man. Ugh. Like everywhere you, ugh. People are nasty as shit, yo. Y'all nasty asses, man. I don't touch nothing. If I go to the store, I try to touch way on the top, like to open the door with my fist, like boom. I put my foot at the bottom, push that shit. I don't like touching no fucking doorknobs. And then you got fucking Dunkin' Donuts. They have the nerve to have their fucking door handles a D. I'm not grabbing the D. It's gonna be dirty D? No, I'm not grabbing that shit. Fuck out of here. I don't go to Dunkin' Donuts. Fuck they think this is. Fuck they think this is. They tripping. Yeah, sanitizer sold out. No, you got to go to the hood stores. I told you. Here's my strat. Go to the hood stores and you can get all of like, you know, like your shit. It's all of Walmarts and all that shit you can't get it from. Nasty asses, man. Yeah, I'm doing well. See, I was a bartender, and I always worked in the food business. Even though I bite my nails, my hands are always constantly in water all day, every day. Like I don't like residues on my hands, even my desk. I don't like my mouse to have any residue. I clean my shit twice a day. But that's just like habit after habit after habit, like years and years. But yeah, this little bullshit cold I got is scary. I do admit, I am like, yo, what the fuck? Why am I coughing? And I got sick out of nowhere. And the last time I was sick was when... So listen, if I get the coronavirus, all right, and they try to quarantine me, I'm going to get y'all some live streams from inside the quarantine zone. Coronavirus can't stop me. I will do my videos from the quarantine zone. I will do my videos in the quarantine zone from the quarantine zone. Or Chinese restaurants closed in the U.S.? No, isn't it? That's racist. That's racist. Yeah, I actually did all my shopping yesterday. I really don't, like, it's just me and my pop. I don't really have, so we got all our toilet paper. You know, people out there fighting over toilet paper. We got all our food, you know. But yeah, I just don't want to be out there, man. Yeah, that's racist. That was pretty racist, right? And you know what's scary? I was just in Chinatown 2 weeks ago. What was that, last week with my girl? Like, oh, man. Oh, man. So, yeah. I mean, I take my one-a-day vitamins, but this shit is scary, though. This shit is scary. So, if it escalates, I'm definitely taking my ass to the fucking hospital. Usyk Chisora, who you got? I was going to go to that fight. My first UK event. I was going to go to that shit. We didn't even get through the rest of the press conference. Also, on Sunday, if you didn't know, it's a double type in the same arena, on the same network. They're having two cards. They're having this card on Saturday night, Stevenson versus Marriaga, and then they're having Mick Conlan, who was at this press conference. He can likely be the next WBO mandatory. So this was supposed to be their St. Patrick's Day show. Let's see here. On Sunday night? Mick Conlan versus Belmar Preciado. Are you ranked? No, they just found him from anywhere. So basically, yeah. Basically, Conlan's been fighting pretty much every St. Patrick's Day, so they rely on a lot of walk-up ticket sales. You know how people may not buy their tickets like online, but if they're like walking around in New York or down in that area, which is a lot of traffic during St. Patrick's Day, they go and say, hey, it's a fight there. And they see all the green on the posters and everything, they walk in, you know, and buy tickets. So they were really, really like counting on selling a lot of tickets this weekend, even though the matchups are somewhat lackluster. You can just tell by the look on their face and everything.
Get your mic up here. You're 27 and 118 KOs. Been a world champion, been on the stage before. I mentioned his first fight, but he seems very confident in saying that you've lost to one African fighter and he put you down and you're going to go down again. What are your thoughts on what he had to say?
I like that fight, Usyk versus Chisora. But one thing by the way, we're going to be here tomorrow morning for that press conference. It's going to be at 8:30 Eastern, because it's over in London, and it's 12:30 UK time. Is it 12:30 or 1:30? I don't remember. So we're going to be here for that. I really wanted that fight, or hoping they would have went through and had that fight in Chicago, because I would have took that drive out there. Actually, I would have probably flew. I would have went to that fight, but they're doing it over in the UK. Also, you guys in the UK are getting 2 pay-per-views that month. You're getting the Dylan White versus Alexander Povetkin, and you're getting Usyk versus Chisora. Now, normally, I know here in the States, they don't like doing 2 boxing events on the same month, pay-per-views. They don't like doing it, because they don't like people to see like that on their bill. So they try to split it up, like have the fights like not in the same billing cycle, if that makes sense. I mean, yeah, $20 each. Wait, y'all pay-per-views are what, 20 pounds, or is it 25 pounds, or quid, whatever y'all call it over there? Andre Berto was highly ranked by the IBF, and now he's not ranked, but he has been doing some TV stuff, and he has not retired, so I'm wondering if he's coming back sometime soon. He's still living off the harvest that Mayweather money. He was Mayweather's last significant fight. I mean, Mayweather's last fight against a boxer. Remember, his next fight after that was Conor McGregor. That wasn't a boxer to me. I'm tired of talking about Floyd. And, prayers to him and his family. If you haven't heard the news, I don't want to talk about it. Go look it up yourself. But the mother of his child was found in her car. They're saying it was no foul play. So I'm just going to leave that part alone. Victor Ortiz is retired. No, wait. Is Victor Ortiz retired? Did he retire? I don't know if I read that somewhere. I don't think Victor Ortiz is retired. I don't remember. I know Victor Ortiz had that sex assault shit, though, he had to take care of. I remember that shit. Because I remember the memes of him and Bill Cosby. Or Pill Cosby. I am going to be making videos on breaking news soon. I've been busy. I got a daughter. I got so many projects I'm working on. I'm fighting the system. Got a home. Got to maintain. Got to make sure I stay healthy. So it's a lot. So right now, I've been coasting, making sure everything is, going smooth with everything boxing, but now with this stuff going on, maybe I will be covering more world news if boxing gets canceled, because they're close to it. Or not getting canceled, because, it's all different promoters, but, there are going to be events that they're going to be like, what? It's too much of a loss of money. We're not going to have events with no fans there. They'll do it for smaller events, like say, for example, if it's a PBC on the FS1 card, if it's a PBC, ESPN Plus card, something like that, they may do it. This was already scheduled, but this is just going to get worse. This is the first boxing event of this era to have no fans in attendance. Like, what the fuck? I like Joseph Parker versus Hunter better. I think that Parker and Hunter will both take that fight against each other before they take a Hergovitz, my personal opinion. The AJ fight, will it be canceled? 70,000? It could be. It could be. See, I haven't really been keeping up with the UK side of things in regards to the virus. And that new stadium in Tottenham is not Tottenham. Somebody reached out to me from the UK and told me it's Tottenham. All right, but it's spelled Tottenham, but it's Tottenham. That arena seats 70,000. It's not safe for people. The way they talking, I'm still skeptical myself. But one thing for sure is I don't think it's wise with, you're already causing somewhat, of a panic by canceling events. But then if you have these events where there's a whole bunch of people together gathered, others are going to be looking like, yo, why do you know, what if it's somebody in there? It can be, you know, I don't know. It's all too much, man. It's all too much. So I pretty much just wrapped up that I'm not going to no event in March. I'm not going to no event in April. And I'm not going to no event in May. I mean, I don't know what the temperature is in the UK right now. You know, I don't know if people are like they are here in the States. Like, let me tell you, this is a true story. I went out earlier today. I had to get my hair cut. I had to go like get like cleaning supplies and all type of shit. The shit was sold out. So I was saying, wait a minute, let me fucking drive over to the hood and see if they fucking shit sold out. So I went to what was it? I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm not trying to be racist. I think it was something like Kim's dollar discount or something. You know, went in there and got, damn, I wish I had them down here. They're upstairs. Went and got like, I saw they had like all the wipes and everything. I was like, oh shit. You can't go to a store in my area unless you go to obviously, well, the Giant maybe. I haven't been there. You know, and buy like bleach. You can't go to the Family Dollar, the Dollar General, or the Dollar Store. You know, or Walmart. They don't have it. Or Target. They don't have it. It's crazy. But yet, you go to Kim's dollar discount and more, you can get all the little sanitizer wipes. You can get all the fucking, you can get hand sanitizer. That shit is hot commodity now. You know? Conor Smith versus Caleb Plant ain't happening. Do you think Fury versus Wilder 3 will be affected? Yes, it was supposed to be July the 18th. That shit ain't happening. No way. They can't risk to go ahead and book that fight and to get press conference and start getting all the shoulder programming for this situation right here to escalate, and then there'll be a travel ban or some shit. They can't. Yeah, Canelo versus Saunders. You know, and it's a shame because I'm looking at it like this. I'm looking at it like, damn, what the fuck is going to happen to YouTube boxing channels and shit? Now, I'm cool. Thank God, you know, I'm not in a situation where I have to be reliant on this. Don't get me wrong. I do got expenses. All this shit costs money. You know, but it's like, yo, I'm glad I'm not out here fucking struggling my ass off to be fucking doing these videos. So I'm just going to cover news shit. But one thing for sure is I'm going to give myself until tomorrow. Because this how you know, like I got, now I've had the flu plenty of times before. And I know how quickly that shit can creep up on you. So I'm not playing no games. I'm going to give myself, I'm going to fucking shut down everything after I get off this stream. You know, go eat some dinner. Like even now, I will never cover WWE again. It's just not the same. I can't do it. I can't cover WWE. I watch it every now and then because my pop, we got WWE Network, but I can't do it no more. It's hard to cover and watch WWE when you watch and cover UFC. Like, it's hard. It's not the same as it used to be. And they fucked it up. You know, I wasn't, like, growing up, the one thing I hated about the Attitude Era is that they didn't wrestle like they used to. You know, you would have to watch WCW to get, like, you know, like headlocks and shit like that. And fisherman suplexes. It was all kick and punch and all that shit and gimmicks. Now, this is too soft. Like, you can't really, I don't know, you know, don't get me wrong, the wrestlers are much more safer and much more taken care of. But the matches, I'd be like, yo, this shit, can't do it. Can't do it. What about Joe Rogan? I can't see it. It's not on the screen anymore. It's not on the screen anymore. Well, no, I've been obviously, you know, I'm not a person who sits around and, you know, doesn't research. You know, I'm trust me, like I'm very well educated when it comes to all this shit. You know, but unfortunately, in my situation, I am of a higher risk factor, you know, because I have like asthma and I have had a pneumonia and, you know, I was hospitalized before. So I'm in no situation to take any chances. So trust me, what I'm going to be doing is, well, first, thank God I don't have a fever. So if I had a fever, I be bitching. I be scared as hell. I be scared as hell. You know. And also where I gotta see my daughter at, it's such a dirty building. I hate that place, man. Can't stand it. We were supposed to end the stream. Oh, thank God. 1 hour, 29 minutes we have been live. So I don't like when my streams are more or like a weird number. It's either hour, hour and a half, or 2 hours. You know, I don't like an hour and 42-minute stream. Shit like that. Oh, and I still got to edit out the first. I'm going to just start editing this video. Probably going to edit all this stuff out to the point where it's only going to be the press conference and me talking a little bit after. So by the time I'm done with the stream, it's probably going to be about an hour. I'm going to probably get rid of a half an hour worth of content somewhere. All right, I'm getting up out of here. Y'all may see me back later on. Is the ESPN weighing behind the play wall? Yes, it's on the ESPN Plus. You're going to see me tomorrow or later on today. If I come back later on today, I'm likely going to be playing some Fight Night. I'm likely going to be playing some UFC. I am tired of boxing. I'm not going to lie. That Wilder Fury shit, that shit wore me out. And now, with these fights potentially probably going to be... Okay, let me tell you my honest damn. I went over to 1/3. My honest opinion is that boxing is in trouble for the next 6 months. That's my honest opinion. I don't think that these fights are going to go ahead. What the fuck is that in my eye? I don't think that these fights are going to go ahead, a lot of them. So, our biggest fights, Canelo versus Saunders, Fury versus Wilder 3, and Joshua Pulev. I'm 50-50 on if they happen or not. TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Please subscribe.